Hey everyone, it is Kim Brown Jefferson here of FabFit TV. I've got a guest tonight, so it's not just me yammering at you. I'm going to be yammering at you with another person.
Hi everybody.
As you know, my mission is to help women break free of the diet mindset so they can live a life of balance, peace, and harmony when it comes to diet and exercise. And so here we are, like we were just chatting, we were like, holy moly, I can't believe next week's Thanksgiving.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, super crazy. And so one of the things that, once the holidays start up, pretty much I think the holidays start after Labor Day. I think I start seeing like tinsel.
Yeah, you do. And like Christmas carols.
Right.
Everybody forgets about the turkey.
Exactly. So instead of me telling you, okay, if you want to have, turkey and stuffing, you need to do 400 burpees to burn that off. I want to flip the script on that. Let's not make it about earning my food. And let's talk about what are some of the habits, what are some of the self-care things that we need to do in order for us to have a happy, healthy holiday. And let's just take the power away from food. Let's just unplug this power source, shut it down, and let's reboot about better habits and taking better care of ourselves. And it doesn't have to do about go to the buffet with a smaller plate. Because you've been there, done that, got the t-shirt and put on the 5 pounds. So let's just talk about something completely different. And I invited Leanne today because we both lived that competitor lifestyle.
We did.
We both were all about, what do I look like? What can I eat? What do I weigh? What do I measure? Blah, 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 blah. And it's been years since we've been on stage, although she's about to go on stage. And we've found that when you focus on other things, like focus on taking better care of yourself, focus on better habits, oh my God, I got results.
Yeah, you do. And you know what the fun part is when you take it away from, oh, I had like 3 cookies, and then you have that guilt going on in your mind, right? That whole thing of your mind's taking over, and then you're feeling guilty because you had your cookies, because you enjoyed yourself, and then you're trying to do your burpees on top of it, and then it's almost like this cycle. It's almost like it happens over and over and over again. So you know what? Why not just clean the slate and just say, you know what? I had a couple of cookies because I had a couple of cookies. It's the holiday season, and it's part of my life. It's not just something that I'm doing because it's the holidays, or then you don't have to feel guilty about doing it too.
Right, and we were just talking about, if you kind of look at, let's just call it what it is. So from basically Thanksgiving to New Year's Day.
Yeah.
And let's just count it out. So we have Thanksgiving, that's one. We have Christmas Day. We have New Year's Eve. Wow.
You got a Christmas party or 2.
Christmas party 2.
Black Friday. You're shopping.
Well, no, there's no excuse for like a synagogue. And then, for all of my Jewish friends, do you have 8 crazy nights?
Yeah.
You go to a family member's house for 1 or 2 nights. So we're up to I think 6.
Yeah, we're 6, 7.
So out of 30 days, I think I count 6, right? So 6 days that you are going to be having fun foods, right? So the rest of the time, and let me just tell you, those 6 days are not going to be like, oh my God, I'm going to die because I had fun foods for these 6 days. Unless you strap on the maternity pants and just go to town. Now, is anyone strapping on the maternity pants and just going to town?
Some people did. Joey did on Friends.
No, he did. Joey did on Friends, absolutely. I think he wore Phoebe's pants. He did.
He did.
And she had triplets. So don't borrow Phoebe's pants.
Yes.
Go in with a plan. I always tell people, failing to plan is planning to fail.
Right.
That's really what it is. Some famous person said that. I just use it. So how do you crush the holidays without counting a calorie? And one of the biggest things, and I was talking to Leanne about this, was being more mindful. And we were talking about mindful eating, and I did a program, and the woman made us eat Hershey Kiss for 10 minutes.
Can you imagine?
10 minutes. And it was literally like looking at the Hershey Kiss, feeling the texture, smelling the texture, and it was like you couldn't bite it. Like once we got to the part where we put it in our mouth, you had to let it sit on your tongue and just let it melt. And at that point I was like, I hope I overheat so that it melts faster. But it was just, you enjoyed your food. It wasn't like teaching you how not to just inhale and be like, what did I eat?
Right. Well, and I don't know if most people know, but it takes about 20 minutes for when you eat something, for your stomach, just to be able to tell your brain that you're even putting anything in your mouth. And I think that sometimes what we do is we see food and we just start going at it. Like if you're at the buffet, or if you're at a Christmas party, or if you're doing something along the lines of, cookies, you just walk by, you grab it and you just eat it unmindfully, like without thinking of what you're doing. And when you do that, those are the times when the pounds can come on. And it's not just having that one cookie or whatever.
Right. And so it's like, it leads to me, like, where I always say, like, have those quiet moments.
Mm-hmm.
I know that, especially if you have family from far away, that you need some, like, you time. And, I know when I would go visit my my in-laws, I would just need some Kim time. Like, it can't be all about the family. It can't be all about go. You can't go flit and flight from party to party to party to event to event to event. Like, you need some, like, quiet downtime.
You do.
And even if it's 5 minutes sitting in your car, just to be like, just to get it together, because it's so easy to get caught up in the busy that all of a sudden you are like, oh my God, I forgot to eat, or oh my God, I forgot to go to the gym, or and it's so easy to do that because you were so busy running around with chicken with your head cut off.
Mm-hmm. Or having so much on your mind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's the holidays. It's like, you get a Christmas shop. You've got to make sure you've got everybody the right gifts and what do they want, and then it's on top of that, it's your usual work, and then it's additional things like social time.
Right, exactly. Like, or you're cooking for whatever holiday, and you're just like, oh my God, you're like, making sure that you're like the new Martha Stewart, and everyone comes to your house and they're raving about your whatever you're cooking that day. But as we're saying this, I also want you to take the time to, like, smile and laugh. Like, I laugh every single day, and if you can't laugh at yourself, because I laugh at myself a lot.
She really does. She's not kidding.
Yeah, I got a lot going on. So if I don't laugh at myself, I will find something on YouTube. And trust me, there's so many things on YouTube that you can laugh about. Or cat videos. I mean, you can't go wrong with a good cat video. YouTube cat video, and something will pop up. I'm not sure what, but hopefully nothing dirty. But something will for sure pop up.
Right, and then it'll be something a cute little cat's doing, and you're like, oh, cute, and then you laugh.
Right, and you're like, oh my God, life's not that bad. And then you move on. But have the courage to pull yourself out of the spiral. Mm-hmm. Because it's so easy for us just to be like, woe is me, this is my life, I can't get out of it, this sucks, or, this is just what the season's about. No. This is what you made the season about.
Right.
So you can pull yourself out of that spiral just by having the courage to be like, you know what? I need to have that quiet moment, even if it's 5 minutes. Like, one of my friends, when she had she had 4 kids, and sometimes just, it's chaos, right? If you have kids, you know what it's like. It's just like everyone's crazy that one day, and you're just like, oh my God. She would just shut herself in the closet. She would just go into the closet and just sit there, just to be like.
Yeah. And nobody knew who she was.
No,
it was a closet. Wasn't the bathroom.
Why would you look for her in the closet?
Right, but if kids know, when do you go to the bathroom?
Yeah, exactly. She would just go in the closet for a few minutes, just to and then move on. So
there you go, moms. Now you know where to go to hide, where the kids won't find you.
Hide in the closet. Hide in the closet. Because they won't. Because even if you tell them to go in the closet, they won't find the closet. So just hide in the closet. And as you're going through this, I know some of you, listening. I know I talk about health, talk about weight, but let's focus on some non-scale victories. Like, maybe this month, from now through January 1st, you don't step on the scale. You give yourself the latitude that I'm gonna know how I feel. How I feel that doesn't determine what's on the scale.
Right.
So it could be, how do my pants feel? It could be, how am I sleeping? It could be, do I have energy? Like, whatever it is, you're going to use that as your barometer versus the scale.
That's a really good idea. You know what I mean? And then you can almost even say, set little even mini workout goals too. You know what I mean? Along with that instead.
Exactly.
Instead of a scale goal.
Yeah, I'm a total sucker for like a non-scale, like a little baby goal. Like baby goals. This is what I like about baby goals, is that, like, who doesn't like to be a winner?
Right, everybody is.
And so one of my favorite movies is Talladega Nights with, what's his name? Will Ferrell. Mm. So Talladega Nights is basically like a spoof on NASCAR. And so he always is winning. And so whenever he goes onto like the press conference, and people always say ridiculous things during press conference, he's like, so what makes you think you're such a winner? And he goes, if you're not first, you're last. And so that's how I think about winning. So like, if you're not first, you're last, right? So why would you want to be first? Mm-hmm. And why not be first with like a small goal? So if you said to yourself, this week I'm not gonna weigh myself. And a week goes by and you didn't weigh yourself.
Right.
Boom, I gotta win. I put
That's a really good idea. And did you know that like when you go into the service, they teach you how to make your bed, right? How do you make those hospital corners, and then they pull it apart and they do it again and again and again and again until you get it right.
Right.
It really, what it does for them is to really structure them into completing a task.
Right.
So like even getting up in the morning and making your bed, you know, and putting your whole bed's made, and then you can go on with your day. And then when you come back, you're like, I didn't, you know, did you get everything accomplished? No, whatever it is. But then you can go to bed and say, oh, I accomplished one thing. I made my bed today. That could be a teeny tiny goal too. That has nothing to do with the scale.
And it's funny you say that. There's a guy, I want to say he did a commencement address, and he was like a Navy SEAL for like a million years. And he talked about like, I think his address was called the SEAL Way. But don't quote me on that. And so one of the things he talked about was make your bed.
Yeah.
And he goes, when you make your bed, one, you've completed a task.
Right.
Two, when you make your bed, it sets the tone that everything is going to be smooth. Like there's no like rumpleness. You're not like you're making time to make your bed. Where most people just fly to bed and they just are flying through the day.
Right. Exactly.
And so he's like, when you take the time to make your bed, he's like, it tells you have time.
Right. It slows you down, because I think most times what goes on with us, and especially in during the holiday season, is we just go, you
Right.
know, and we just completely over and over and over again. And we don't take that time to just take a minute, you know,
Right.
even a second, you know, to reset yourself.
Oh, for sure, no resetting. And so one of the things as we talk about like the task is, and I have to talk about this, booze. I know, holiday cheer. Why would they call it holiday cheer if it wasn't meant to be cheer during the holidays? I feel you. But you don't have to have holiday cheer every night. It doesn't have to be cheerful every night. Some nights can just be like quiet.
Right.
With a nice glass of sparkling water.
Right.
One of my biggest reasons why I talk about the booze, and I know I said I was going to talk about like, you know, the buffet plates and all that stuff, but I got to talk about booze because I feel booze is like one of those like slippery slopes to just, it's easy to overdo and it's easy not to do. So I always say to people, if you are trying to lose weight, if you are trying to just maintain what you've got, booze puts the brakes on all of that.
Really does. Totally slows down your metabolism. Even that 1 or 2 glasses of wine a night that the doctors say is good for you.
Yeah.
It might be good for your heart. However, it's not good for the waistline.
And I think the doctor was talking like a shot of wine.
4 ounces.
Yeah, I think he was talking about a shot of wine. And I'm thinking most people, they don't have a shot of wine.
No. If you're like me, it's my glass is my glass. It's like this.
Yeah, you're like, my glass is the
Got it.
bottle.
I got it. I got it right.
My glass is the bottle, it's fine.
Yeah.
I just had one.
But sometimes what it takes is more or less, you know, you come home from work and you're in the habit, right? So you're in the habit of having a couple of cocktails or whatever, and instead, you know, like you said earlier, it's like you know, maybe it's every other day, you know, like slow yourself down, or know that you're going to a holiday party, and you know, it's like have a glass of wine, have a sparkling water, have a glass of wine, have a sparkling water, and kind of mix it and match it up a little bit, so it kind of takes away the effects of what all the booze can do.
And if you know you're going to a holiday party, so it's like, you know, like, okay, you know, let's just be honest. Most people who watch my show, we're not 20-something. So parties just don't happen for us. Like, we know, like, we're going to start giving invitations over the next few weeks for holiday parties. Mm-hmm. So we know when we're going to go out. So plan. Like I said, failing to plan is planning to fail. So plan. So if you know that you have 2 or 3 holiday parties in a week, then guess what? During the week, you're not going to don't have any booze. And I'm not saying save up, because like it's not like, oh, you know, I saved up. Like, don't save up. Just be like, you know what? I have a party on Friday night, so I want to have a nice glass of wine at that party.
Right.
I don't want to just be having my $2 chalk and calling it a night.
Right.
And that's where the whole moderation comes into. Like, I'm a big fan of moderation. I'm never ever gonna tell a client no. Well, certain things. But never, ever going to tell a client no. Like, there's not going to be like, no carbs, no fruit. But it's like, what can we eat in moderation? Because you need to stay sane. And we were talking about this. I posted that like my like non-negotiable is coffee. Like, don't you dare. Like, I will fist fight you over the coffee.
With cream in it.
With cream and sugar. So let's just call it what it is. I have cream and sugar, 2 cups of coffee every single day. Every once in a while I'll have 3, but for the most part, cream and sugar, 2 cups of coffee. Now, is that going to blow anything in my world? Nope. But it makes me happy. Makes me like happy as pig and poop. And you can't take that away from me. And so that's the same thing I ask my clients. Like when we start working together, I say, what is your non-negotiable? Don't you dare take that away from me.
Right.
And if it's wine, I'm going to say, okay, how do we make this so that it's going to equal your goal? So it might be every other night. It might be have that awesome bottle of wine on Friday night to kick off the weekend. Because like I like a good nice bottle of wine. I don't like the cheap stuff.
Yeah. I'm with you on that one, and you know that.
Yeah.
What I found for myself, though, it wasn't exactly having the 1 or 2 glasses of wine that would break me. It would be that if I had 1 or 2 glasses of wine and we were out to dinner or something, then the bread basket looks good. And then the chocolate molten lava cake with ice cream looks good. So it wasn't just, you know, an either or. It was like, and I ate it all.
Exactly.
So you can have the piece of bread, you can have a glass of wine, and you can have, you know, some of the cake. I mean, you're allowed that.
Right.
But not every night.
Not every night. Not every night.
Imagine if we could.
Oh my gosh.
Like,
There are those like skinny, you know, insert your word that you're just like, man, I wish I had her metabolism. She is genetically gifted. But
some of those people.
exactly. So one of the ways, like we talked about habits, but what if you got into the habit of nourishing your body, your mind, and your spirit? Like that you got into a habit of like cherishing what you got. Because let's be honest, we only have one life. So we need to make sure that we're living our best life. So it's like figure out something. Is it meditation? You know, is it taking a bath? You know, is it that 5 minutes in the closet? Like what is it that you can take to like really nurse yourself? Because we, especially women, we are all about, oh, my kids, my husband, my job, my this, my that, blah, 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 blah. And you don't ever take that 5 minutes to just like, Calgon, take me away. I'm in the bath. Leave me alone.
Right, and we deserve that. You know,
Yeah.
it's something that we have to start practicing, especially if we don't. You know, and even if it's just figuring out how to do something a little bit for yourself and making that the habit. You know, and we talk about meditation. It doesn't need to be 5 minutes or 20 minutes with nothing in your head. That's really not meditation. I mean, people think all the time when they're meditating.
Right.
You know, it's just, but what it is it's realizing that you're thinking and then bringing yourself back into whether it's a mantra or whatever. And you can start off with just a minute a day. A minute a day can make a huge difference in your life.
Oh, absolutely. And there's a zillion apps out there now that really kind of walk you through the process. So I remember it was like 3-4 years ago.
At least.
We go on a trip, and I was like, and she's really into meditation, and I was like in and out of meditation. I said, you know what, this trip, I want you to teach me how to meditate. And she's like, oh yeah, for sure. So she's like,
20
all right.
minutes!
Yeah, 20 minutes. I was like, well, how does that teach me? What? She talked about a minute. We did 20. And I will tell you, I don't really know at what point I was like, seriously, what's happening here? But it was good. Yep. I didn't go back to 20 minutes for a little. It took me a while to build back up to 20 minutes, but I was like, sweet Jesus, 20 minutes.
20 minutes, we're out.
Yeah. So it was pretty good, but it was me like my mom would be like, ah, and then I have to like bring it back.
Mm-hmm. There's a really good app that I use a lot lately that somebody had introduced me to. It's called Headspace.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about that.
So good. You can set your timer. It's guided meditations. It can be you can set it for 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes. And the beautiful thing is the majority of all of the meditations, it's free. So
yeah.
It's not like you're gonna download and you have to go and buy all this stuff. It's absolutely free.
Yeah. And one of my biggest things that I've been working a lot with for myself and also with my clients is be creative. We are told so many times, like, this is what working out should look like. This is what eating should look like. This is this. And that you get so overwhelmed. You get so pigeonholed that, like, if my workout isn't 30 minutes and it's not 20 minutes of this and 20 minutes of that, I might as well not do it. Or if I'm not eating, I'm told if I'm following a specific protocol, no carbs, no fruit, no this, no this, no this. So then you basically you're waiting to cheat on it. You're looking forward, you're looking for the day to cheat on it. Yeah. And I want to think about you have a relationship with your body. So if you were in a relationship that wasn't serving you, wouldn't you cheat on it?
Right.
I mean, because when you meet your soulmate, you're like, oh my God, I so love my soulmate. I can't wait to cheat on him.
No, you don't do that.
No, you don't. You're just like, you're goo-goo, you're gobsmacked.
Mm-hmm.
So I want you to think about how can you be creative, because you get to decide if you are not ready to give up that glass of wine, I'm gonna be like, awesome. I'm not gonna force you on that. But what other trade-offs can you make to keep that in? So it's kind of like the yin and the yang. It's kind of like when you're, as a parent, you know, like your kids just have like a ton of crap. I mean, toys. And you're trying to get rid of all of it. You're just like, God, there's stuff everywhere. And the things that you know they outgrew. And so then you kind of like make the compromise. You're like, okay, here's all of your things.
Right.
What of your gently loved things do you not love that much?
Oh, I used to do that with my kids. They would hate it. They said, "Oh, I'm going to clean your room," and then they'd be like, "There goes all our toys."
Exactly. So it's like really kind of coming up with that, like getting creative with like, if I want to keep the wine, what am I willing to let go? Because if I keep it all, I get no results.
That's really smart.
So figure out what, you know, where, you know, it's kind of like that, you know, game of like trade. It's like, I trade you this, for that.
Smart.
And the other thing is, you know, as I talk about, especially women, delegation. You know, it is, we think, I have to cook, I have to clean, I have to. But what if you shared the load? Like, would it be so hard for your kids to unload the dishwasher every night?
Sometimes when you have kids, though, it's almost like and I think that being a mother, when you look at that and it's like, you know, go do the, you don't want to have to like start to hassle them. It's like, did you empty the dishwasher? No. I'll get to it. Yes, Mom. Did you do it? No. And it's like that constant harassment where you just like, you know what, fine,
Right.
I'll just do it myself.
Right. And if you do it enough, your kid's gonna be like, I'm just gonna wait.
Because she's just gonna do it.
I'm just gonna wait.
Yeah,
I'm
I've
just gonna
got
wait her
her.
out.
I've got
So,
her.
but then you have to be like strong. You have to be like my mom. My mom would be like, I'm waiting you out.
Oh.
Like she would go to bed, like she would fill the sink with dishes and wait us out.
Oh,
You've met my mom.
I met your mom. Yeah, I could see that.
She would totally wait us out because she was like, she did that, and then she was like, wait, hang on, I'm doing all the work. And she would wait us out, like it would be days, and she'd be like, someone's gonna unload the dishwasher.
Right, it was probably killing her too. You get awful.
Yes, it's like on the inside you're like, but she was like, I'm waiting them out because I'm not doing it. So delegate, and if not, if you can afford it, hire out. Like imagine the free time you would have if you weren't scrubbing the toilet every Saturday morning.
Oh, how fun would that be?
I tell you, changed my world. Changed my world. Or even grocery shopping. Like sometimes I don't mind grocery shopping because I can go in and out.
Right.
But on the days I can't go in and out, like we're not coming back till Sunday, and I know I won't have any food in my house.
Right.
I grocery shopped online. It's already set to come to me on Monday morning at 10 o'clock.
Right, and I mean, there's beautiful things like stores really know that about you now, so you can literally just order it online, and you can even swing by and pick it up because
Yeah.
it's ready.
So I went, bring it to me.
Yeah, I live in New Hampshire.
Oh,
There's no
okay.
bringing it to me in New Hampshire.
Okay, move to the city.
I gotta move to the city.
And as we talk about delegation, you know, my girl, Lisa Nichols, taught me this fabulous line. No is a complete sentence. And it's really easy for, especially this time of year, for people to be, especially if you have kids, can you bake for this? Or can you support this? Or can you blah, 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 blah? But what if you just said no? Now, most of us, feel like we have to justify it. No, and then you have this tap dance and the song and dance. No. Sorry. Move on. Because it's a complete sentence. Like they asked a favor. Because most people don't say no. So they don't expect you to say no.
Right.
So
right.
if you said, no, I can't bake for the bake sale. Sorry.
And then you get the, why not?
And then it's like, yeah, no.
Yeah.
I'm opting out this year. You know, because they will find someone else. And then you're just adding on to your list. And then you're making brownies at midnight, swearing, wishing you said no.
And there goes all that love in that food, right?
Right, exactly. You're, there's,
And then there's the wine, and then there's the batter.
Right,
and
exactly.
then you're eating the batter because you're drinking the wine because then you're upset because you said yes to something that you should have just said no to.
Right. And there's a movie, if you love movies, Like Water for Chocolate. It was a book. I watched the movie. The book's like, I think the book's in Spanish, but it's based in Mexico, and like the woman was heartbroken, but she was a really good baker, so they always would ask her to bake. So she baked this cake, and she was like crying, and her tears go into the batter, and she bakes this cake, and they bring it to a party. The whole party's crying because her tears went into
It's that energy, right?
Right. It's like,
You are what you eat.
exactly, you are what you eat.
So you cry in your cake, you're gonna cry.
Cry in your cake,
Okay.
cry in your brownie. And then one of the things I always like to talk about is like, out how can you be consistent. You know, again, it comes down to that planning. Now, I don't want you to feel like, you know, you're this like overscheduled person, but it's like being mindful of what's going on in that week. So, for example, this week, I'm traveling Wednesday through Friday. I know that I was not going, I'll probably get in one workout. Like, I might get in two, but I know for sure I'll definitely get in one. So it's like, okay, so that means Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, I'm going to work out.
Mm-hmm.
And that way, on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or Saturday, if I don't get a workout in, it's okay. And I'm okay with that. I'm not going to be like pissed off or upset because I made that plan.
Right.
And that's how I stay consistent. It's like I look at every single week, I look at like what's going on, and then I make my plan around that week. And then I make my like, okay, it is what it is. Now, when I say that, well, my week's busy. No, it's like what's my bare minimum that I can fit in given what's going on in that particular week.
Right. Like when can you do it? It's almost like scheduling your me time. And I think that that's the one thing, like you said in the beginning, it's the one thing that we don't do enough of, you know, especially women, everybody's first and we're second. So literally looking at your calendar and putting in your me time. I know for me, it's Sunday nights.
Yeah.
Sunday nights is the time I sit down, I look at my calendar for the entire week, I know what's going on, and I'm like, you know what, these are my pockets of the day, and this is what I want to get done, these are my non-negotiables, and I make sure that I get them done.
So that is all I got for you guys. It was 27 minutes packed full of awesomeness. I want to thank Leanne for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.
What you can do is you can go to bit.ly, bit.ly/holiday crush, and you can download these 21 tips, make it really simple and easy for you to enjoy the rest of the holidays. You can always find me at fabfitsquad.com. You can also check my Instagram out at Kim Jefferson Coach. Leanne, where can we find you online?
Yeah, you can find me on